Morning everyone. Today is Tuesday the 7th of January. It's now 10 to 10 and for my second part of my winter holiday here in London. This morning I'm going to go and have a look at Buckingham Palace, and then what I'm doing this afternoon, the main event for today, is I'm going to Wembley Stadium, the home of the England national football team, men's and the women's. I'm going to do the stadium tour. I've only been round 3 football stadiums in my time. St James's Park, funny enough, Stadium of Light, and also the San Siro Stadium in Milan. But finally I'm going to do the biggest one in the country, Wembley Stadium. Excuse me. I've had a good first night's sleep here in this hotel after the disaster what happened yesterday. I'm glad I didn't stop in that first hotel. Oh my god, I think I would have been literally, I wouldn't have had slept at all. It was absolute manky as out. But this one is much nicer, much nicer. I'll show you the view from it. It's a good view actually. Down there, that is Gloucester Road. I'm literally right on it, and just past that building on the left there is Gloucester Road tube station on the Piccadilly line and also the District and Circle lines. The fact it's on the Piccadilly line is very handy for me, because that's the line I have to be on to get to Heathrow when I go to the airport. Plus also, if I was to get the train to King's Cross, I could then go from King's Cross St Pancras straight down to here with my case. It's only a few stops away from like Westminster and that as well, so this hotel, this one's brilliant. And the fact it's got air conditioning as well, which they have on in the summer, is even better. So straight away I think I would be back at this one. Right, also I'll be filming a couple of more stations today. I ticked off Victoria last night, no problem. I'll probably do like King's Cross and that today, my favourite London terminus. Meantime, just getting a few things together and then out I go. So out I go. As I said, Gloucester Road tube station, just up here. This is a busy street in London, Gloucester Road, one of the main thoroughfares. Jump on the Piccadilly line to Green Park. That'll be my first stop off of the day. First tube ride of the day. This one's going to Cockfosters.
District and Circle lines. This is a Piccadilly line service to Cockfosters.
So I'm on Piccadilly, not Piccadilly Circus, that's further that way. And here it is, the world famous Ritz Hotel. Possibly the most expensive hotel, not just in London, I think across the country. Perhaps more expensive than, say, the Balmoral Hotel, what's in Edinburgh, which I looked at just before Christmas. I can only see pictures in that, and videos, what I've seen on the internet. It does look absolute amazing in that hotel. You just never know, one year it will be my time to at least go in and dine in the Ritz Hotel. It's got a famous chef from the northeast, actually, John Williams, MBE, who's the head chef in the Ritz Hotel, the executive chef of the Ritz Hotel. For one I know, several £100 a night to stay in that. And that hotel does have a dress code. In the bars and restaurants, men have to wear a jacket and a tie. It's more relaxed in the corridors and that, and I think the Palm Court, where they serve the afternoon tea, you can probably spend, I think, £60–70 per person for afternoon tea. And when you're dining in there, say £100 and something upwards, just for like a set menu. One time, hopefully, I will get a proper look in the Ritz Hotel. Not this time, sadly. So currently, at the moment, the Ritz Hotel is getting some restoration work, maintenance done on the outside of it. But typically this time of the year is when hotels, even luxury ones, tend to do the maintenance work, and we've been the quieter time of the year. You go in through, that's the main door down there. Next to it is the staff entrance. So in there you've got the restaurant, the Palm Court, the Rivoli Bar, the Marie Antoinette Suite, several posh hotel rooms. You've got also the William Kent House in there as well. And depending on where you're staying, you get a view that looks right across to Green Park. What an amazing hotel the Ritz is, which opened in 1906 by Caesar Ritz. So to get to Buckingham Palace, I have to walk through Green Park, which is one of the many royal parks across London. The biggest park in London is, of course, Hyde Park. It's west of here. In the summertime, there'll be a lot of people just chilling, relaxing in the park. You see, that's the Ritz Hotel up there, up that way. And you can see you do get views of across Green Park from there.
So they were the household cavalry, and so every morning they do this. There are two regiments of the household cavalry. The cavalry guard down at Horse Guards and Parade, which is the kind of dating house, if you like, see if they've got. And so every morning, the regiments switch over. So they are the new regiment coming from the barracks behind the palace.
So, to start the morning, probably tell where I am. Here I am, Buckingham Palace, the residence of King Charles III and Queen Camilla, the King and Queen of the United Kingdom and 13 or 14 other Commonwealth nations. We must still never forget the late Queen Elizabeth II, an absolute darling she was to this country and the Commonwealth. They have many events on here around Buckingham Palace, notably the changing of the guard, King's birthday now, of course it will even the Queen's birthday. We've got the Grenadier Guards that are based around here. I think there's quite a few different regiments around Buckingham Palace. It's always heavily guarded as well. Now that's Great Green Park up there, and that way is heading down the Mall towards the Admiralty Gate. There's Westminster and Big Ben. Just up there, as you can see, it's 11:15. Oh, it's lovely, this. Plenty of tourists around, braving the cold weather. It's about a few degrees Celsius out here, but at least it's not swamped. Perhaps maybe I should go in there and ask the King. No, actually, you only speak unless you're spoken to. Nevertheless, I'd happily give the King a game on FIFA, perhaps. I'd be Newcastle United and he'd be Sunderland, and I would win him 10-0. Anyway. I've had a lovely time here at Buckingham Palace. Next up, I'm going to go and walk back through Green Park and catch the Jubilee line up to Baker Street. And then I'll have a look around Baker Street area. And then I'm going to get the Metropolitan line up to Wembley Park, which is the quickest way up to Wembley, because the Jubilee line stops at all the stations like St John's Wood and Swiss Cottage. Whereas the Metropolitan line, I think after Baker Street, just goes up to Finchley Road and then up to Wembley Park. It takes, 20 minutes? So yeah, that's the quicker way. back through a bit of a muddy green part aggro. That way, that's Constitution Hill. That takes you up to Wellington Arch. Further beyond that, you head to Hyde Park Corner. I hope you're enjoying all this. Rather than me get the sightseeing bus, I'm taking you on my own sightseeing tour. The plus exercise for me, I use my own 2 feet. Yeah, it does look like Green Park needs a bit of work day into it. It's nice in the summertime to come here and just chill out and let the world go by. So onto the Jubilee line, Agro.
This train terminates
These trains do have a unique motor sound to them. Right, so here I am, winding my way down on Baker Street. And here, this is Baker Street itself. It's a long street that actually goes all the way down to Oxford Street. I think I need to have a look around Oxford Street, probably today. But there's a 139 to Golders Green. Just up there is 22-1B in Fiction. That is the residence of Sherlock Holmes. Walking down this street makes me think of that song Baker Street by Jerry Rafferty, with the guitar riff at the very start of it. Yeah, having a lovely day so far. It's going to be even better, because I'm going to have a bit of time around here, then I'm going to catch the Metropolitan line up to Wembley. It's the very busy Marylebone Road, that way. Just nearby is Marylebone Station for the Chiltern Line trains, and then you head further northwest towards Paddington. And that way takes you towards Euston, which I think I'll probably will do this afternoon when I get back from Wembley. It's the 205 to Paddington over there. Very busy streets these, and that's Baker Street heading down that way. So on to one of the S stop. This is going up to Watford Metropolitan line. Start here at Baker Street. The next stop will be Finchley Road, and then straight up to Wembley. So it passes all the Jubilee line stops. Should take about 20 minutes. Finchley Road, and that's the Jubilee line in the middle there. So before it gets to Wembley, it has to stop at West Hampstead, Kilburn, Willesden Green, Chalk Farm, and then Neasden before it gets to Wembley. That then goes on towards Stanmore. And Wembley Park's the next stop for us. So now we've been going underground, now we are overground. It's 12:16, I'm walking along Olympic Way. Here I am at Wembley Stadium. And there's the famous arch across the stadium. And I'll be doing the stadium tour in about 45 minutes time. This is a well famous stadium, this the home of football, the home of the England men's and women's national teams. There's been many famous events that have occurred at Wembley over the decades. This, of course, is the newer Wembley Stadium that was opened in 2007. The old one was demolished. That's what hosted many famous events over the decades. The likes of Live Aid, the World Cup in '66, Euro '96, many famous matches, many England and Scotland matches down here. And of course, just recently we had Euro 2020 final, Italy against England, and we lost on a penalty shootout. And this will also be one of the stadiums in the Euro 2028, which has been hosted in the UK and Ireland. Yeah, there's been many other events that have taken place here over the decades. I wonder what it would have been like to be around the Wembley area in 1966. Of course, in 2020, in the 2021 I should say, the atmosphere was electric when the Euros were on. Oh, this is just, it's amazing this. I've always wanted to come up here to Wembley Stadium. And finally, today's the day I do it. As well as the international and other big events, Wembley Stadium also hosts the FA Cup semi-finals and the final. Also hosts the Carabao Cup final, which hopefully Newcastle United will get through if they can beat Arsenal in both matches, one tonight and then one in February. Also the league playoffs in the football divisions. Well, the Championship playoff for the Premier League, as well as League 1 and League 2, they also play the final the playoff match here at Wembley. There, this is just absolute amazing. That arch there, it's massive, bigger than what you think actually. This here is a statue of the late great Bobby Moore. And this is the team of '66 that won the World Cup. And I think there's only one survivor now. So Jeff Hurst, of course. Just lost Bobby Charlton recently. Bobby Moore, what a legend. Aye. Oasis, live here this year. Yeah, they just reunited last year. Oh, this is amazing, this. Here I am, inside Wembley Stadium. Oh my word, it's massive. This is bigger than what you see on telly, trust me. Many famous football matches have took place here over the decades. In about a month and a bit, it'll actually be the Carabao Cup final that takes place here. I could just see perhaps Harry Kane there, scoring for England on the pitch. Oh, it was a good game. My goal was perfect. It's unfortunately for that bloomin' VAR that had to rule it off. How was the game? How was it? Oh, it was a good game. A perfectly good goal, just for that bloomin' linesman with his offside flag stick. I'm enjoying the tour, and this is the one of the changing rooms. There's 4 changing rooms. Every team gets treated the same way. Now look at all these shirts, many famous players. The likes of Steven Gerrard, Rooney, Ian Wright, Shearer. Let's see, Rachel Daly, Ellen White, James Maddison, Mason Mount. Hey, these are all incredible. Right. So here we are in the changing room that is preferred by both the England men's and women's team. And let's have a look at all the players. So, start with Harry Kane on the left, Jordan Pickford, Cal Walker, Luke Shaw, Declan Rice, John Stones, Mark Gahey, Matthias Sattler, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Jude Bellingham, Phil Foden, see like Trippier, Plonza, Gallagher, Ivan Tooney, Anthony Gordon, of course, of Newcastle United, Ollie Watkins, Bowen, Eze, Gomez, Henderson, Palmer, Wharton, Kirby Mainu as well. And of course here the women's team, Leah Williamson there, Alessia Russo. Come on, lads! Come on!
And you sit on this one. Sit on that one. There you go. Okay, right. Oh, nice one, yes? Nice, right. So
That was amazing, and that's something that I can finally tick on my bucket list that I've done. Wembley Stadium, at last I have done it. Right, walking down the Olympic Way, I'm going to head back to Wembley Park Tube Station. I'm going to catch the Metropolitan line, the one that goes to Aldgate. I'm going to take that to I think I'm going to go to King's Cross. Get spotting there done. Probably do King's Cross and St Pancras station. This is here's one of the popular Box Park fan zones. But of course drinks, I imagine, will be more expensive here. Well, this being London after all. The atmosphere on match days here would be absolutely electric. I see it on telly a lot as well. So it's goodbye to Wembley from me. So that's the Jubilee line in the middle. Two lines over there, that's the Chiltern main line into Marylebone Station. Right, it's coming up to 4 o'clock, and here I am, my favourite London terminus, King's Cross. Got my badge, signed in, no problem. Terminus of the East Coast Main Line. And you know what, it feels a bit different, a bit strange for me, because obviously, instead of getting LNER from Durham down to here, instead I've flown from Newcastle down to here, well, down to Heathrow on British Airways. So, a little bit different. I think maybe next time I'm going to down back to getting the train down to here. Let's see what we've got in KGX. That's the free code name for King's Cross Station. We've got Great Northern trains. One just went out there. 387 going to Cambridge. There's an LNER Azuma coming in. We've got one of the original 225 sets over there, and there's an LNER Azuma there, and there's another one of the original 225 sets that's going to go to Leeds. The old 225 sets only go to Leeds and York nowadays. I do miss them. These were my childhood when I was growing up, train spotting, seeing these in GNER livery. I never got down here until 2009. If these are coming, if anything coming from the northeast, I can expect football fans to be on, in particular Newcastle United that are playing tonight. But then of course the last train back to Newcastle's 10 o'clock. Likelihood is some will have got a hotel down here for the night. This is my favourite terminus, so I'm going to make the most of it while I'm here. I'm going to spend some time. I'm probably going to do this and St Pancras station next door while I'm up in this area. That's going to Aberdeen, it's going non-stop to York. That'll reach Edinburgh by about 8:20 tonight, and then a few more hours up to Aberdeen, and I can hear football fans chanting away in the background. Hopefully Newcastle United, of course. It's always good to see old school, old-fashioned East Coast electric traction. But nowadays, of course, I do like the Azumas. I still like the originals, and I do like the Azumas as well. As everyone knows, this station is perhaps more famous for appearing in the Harry Potter films. The scene where Harry Potter goes through the wall, which was actually one of them bits of wall down there. Platform 9 3/4, of course. Here's Lumo. That LNER is going to Edinburgh Waverley. Some of these trains will be, LNER ones, will be running a bit emptier than normal, with it not being the holiday season, of course. But like in the holidays, these trains would normally be jam-packed. I'm enjoying my session at the Cross. I always do. However, I've seen two real enthusiasts just now that got pulled up by one of the security staff, simply not signing in. Right, it's not that hard to go and sign in at this station. Just go to contractor's reception next to the barrier, you get your photo taken, and then that's it. You're free to carry on whatever you want to spot. Just especially when you're down here in London, any Network Rail man station, you do have to plan and sign in. Right, 16:44, I'm going to go and sign out now. I'm going to go to St Pancras next and actually meet up with my mate Jack Newell, who's on his way back from Kent. I've had a good session here. Heard a lot of Newcastle United chanting, which is good for me. Just hoping for a win later on. Today has been a football focused day. Right, next door again. So it's 5:15. I'm at St Pancras station. Look who's just all of a sudden just popped out of nowhere and joined us. Monsieur Jack Newell is joining me for a little bit. Let's see what's in STP. So that's this is the East Midlands Railway side. It's got a 222 up there. We've seen a 360. In the middle, that's the Eurostar section. That's one of the new ones over there. I think it might be going to Paris, Gare du Nord. I've also seen one of the older ones as well. And over there, that's the southeastern high-speed one side for the Javelin trains down to Kent.
doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We're sorted. See, say, sorted.
Well, that's us finished in St Pancras. It was a nice appearance by Jack Newell there, impromptu appearance. This is the beautiful station roof of St Pancras, honestly. It's actually one of my mum's favourite stations, and it is a thing of absolute beauty. Right, on to Piccadilly line. Go back to Gloucester Road. Right, jump on the Piccadilly line.
Once again, please use the Victoria Line northbound into
So, head back out I go. I'm going to catch the Circle line up to Paddington and then jump on the Elizabeth line. And this is Gloucester Road tube station district Circle lines with the very impressive structures that they have on this platform. These look fantastic, these. Water. This is where I got off a few years ago when I came here on a week holiday.
This is a Circle Line train to Edgware Road. The next station is Paddington.
what I'm going to do is jump on the Elizabeth line and go all the way to Canary Wharf. So this will be my first proper ride on the Elizabeth line, which runs just like the RER in Paris, actually, underground trains, fewer stops, longer distances. So it'll take us a bit to get to Canary Wharf, probably 20-something minutes, I would think. But nevertheless, hey ho, let's go. So this is the Elizabeth line, goes all the way to Abbey Wood in the East End.
We are now arriving at Tottenham Court Road.
Journey has been quick already. Now left Liverpool Street to Whitechapel next.
Please dispose of rubbish in the bins provided at stations.
This line only opened a few years ago, much longer than planned.
We are now arriving at Whitechapel. This is an Elizabeth line service to Abbey Wood via Canary Wharf. The next station is Canary Wharf. Change for Jubilee line and DLR.
The last time I went to Canary Wharf was 15 years ago. Trains are fast.
I agree with that.
These trains are very, very long. So that one's going to Abbey Wood. The other one, you can actually then head towards Stratford and then Shenfield, actually. Right, here I am in London's second financial district. This is Canary Wharf. Oh, lit up at night. Looks absolutely beautiful. This here is the tallest of the buildings, 1 Canada Square. It's over to that way, got the DLR to there. But, oh, this reminds me of New York City from last year. Lit up in the daytime, it's beautiful, but lit up at night, it looks even spectacular. I'm going to go and explore more of this area. It's another place where there'll be loads of millionaires and that around, a lot of deals and decisions all made, just like in the City of London area, which is where I'm down to tomorrow. Hey, there's some absolutely wonderful buildings here. Until now, I've never really had the chance to come along to Canary Wharf, because I've never just had the time, to be honest. So this here is the big Barclays tower. Imagine working in one of them, how much one would get paid. And that's just along from another big tower in Canary Wharf. Just up there, HSBC. Them and 1 Canada Square, I think they're the biggest ones in the Isle of Dodds. So up here, this is where you get the DLR, the Docklands Light Railway, which runs around the east end of London. It's a light rail system and it picks up electric from a single rail, actually. It's sort of semi-automatic, but it is controlled by a passenger service assistant on each train. So I'm in West India Quay, and up here you got the 3 big buildings of Canary Wharf. 1 Canada Square up there, the HSBC, and the Barclays towers just up there. And that's the DLR, West India Quay station just up there. Literally a tiny distance between that and Canary Wharf DLR station. Oh, this is just, it's beautiful, this. This is actually like a bigger version of, say, Salford Quays in Manchester. And planes up here landing into, I think, London City Airport, which is nearby. Either that or they're doing a holding pattern into Heathrow, but I think it'll be London City Airport. And of course there's many restaurants and pubs and shops and that around here. Some of them will be very expensive though, I'd think. This of course being London, where things are more expensive. So a lovely water feature here outside of Cabot Place. And that's one Canada Square right in front. And there's the HSBC building. This is just absolutely beautiful, this. It's a lovely place to come to, Canary Wharf. A little different from the City of London area. So this is Mackenzie Wharf. It's just near to Heron Keys, and hey, this is just even more stunning. This. So that's the seat there. That's the seat of building up there. You got the Chase and JP Morgan tower up there. It's just lovely. This just to come here, Canary Wharf, and chill out for the evening. Another part of London I recommend you do come and have a look at. I wonder what it's like to work in the top of one of these buildings. The view would be spectacular, but there'd be very highly paid jobs in these buildings. So to the right is Canary Wharf DLR. That there's Heron Keys DLR, literally separated by a bridge. And a very short ride indeed. So I'm going to catch the DLR actually back to Zone 1. I'm going to get off at Tower Gateway and probably finish up at Tower Bridge. In the meantime, I've had a lovely little evening here in Canary Wharf. To see all these buildings lit up at night. Again, I only see this on pictures and that, but to come for real to see all this, it's been an absolute pleasure. So this DLR train's going to Lewisham. These trains pick up the power from Third Rail, from the Horseshoe.
St Pancras Jubilee Line, Elizabeth Line, and stations towards Stratford. On boarding the train, please remember to take all your belongings with you.
Station, that's the C2C line from Shoeburyness into Fenchurch Street. Right, at Shadwell, getting on this one to Tower Gateway. So that's the short branch, just right near Fenchurch Street, Tower Gateway I get off. And all that, that's the City of London up there. Well, a little bit to there actually. The other little branch is to Bank, which is also connected with Monument Tube Station. It's been a nice little evening in East London. Right. It's the C2C line over that way into Fenchurch Street. Down on the Thames, and here's me last stop off of the night. And here is Tower Bridge, lit up at night in all her glory. That looks absolutely stunning. And let's see what else we can see on the Thames. It's very quiet tonight as well. So there's City Hall, which is the offices of the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. That's HMS Belfast over there. That's the tallest building in the country, that's the Shard. It costs about £28 to go at the top of that. Maybe 40 quid with a glass of wine and that included, but I'm not going to the top of that tomorrow. I'm going to the top of another building where it's actually free of charge to go up the top. And over there, that is London Bridge, over there. And just beyond that is the bridge that carries the line into Cannon Street Station, and you can see Blackfriars just beyond that as well. Hey, and also you can see the London Eye just over there. Hey, this is just absolutely beautiful, this. This has been my last stop of the night before I jump on the District line back to Gloucester Road and turn in for the night, after what has been another lovely day in the British capital. And just before I go, here is the Tower of London, where you can go and get your head chopped off. Not. And I am right beside the City of London. There's all the big buildings up there. See the walkie-talkie up there? That's what that building's nicknamed. I think I can see the cheese grater somewhere in there. And this is where I will be tomorrow when I go somewhere. One of them is Horizon 22, which is free of charge to go at the very top compared to the Shard. Right, I'm now going to go and jump on the District line. Last tube ride for tonight.
This is Temple. This is the Circle Line train via Embankment and Victoria. The next station is Embankment.
So I'm back in my hotel. It's now 25 past midnight. Time for me to get my head down after what's been another fab day I've had here in London. Well, I've been to Wembley Stadium, which I always wanted to do, and finally I've done that. What a magnificent stadium it is, the home of the men's and women's England football team. The stadium that's hosted many, many events of all kinds over the decades, from the World Cup in '66 to Euro '96 to the Euro 2020 finals, till boxing and concerts, rugby as well, even the NFL, that's the American Football League as well. And honestly, the whole stadium's bigger than what you see on telly. I've only ever been round 3 stadiums. Well, St James's Park, Stadium of Light, San Siro, and now a 4th one, Wembley Stadium. I've been round that. So, I've been to Buckingham Palace this morning as well, so I've gotten to see that. It hasn't really been too busy around the tourist areas around London, mainly because of the weather and because it's early January. But there has been tourists around, just not as busy as the summertime, for example. Then, so to get to Wembley, I went get the Metropolitan line from Baker Street up to there. I stopped at Baker Street as well. Take the line you go up through. You're better off, if you're going to Wembley, you're better off getting the Met line, because the Jubilee line stops at them other stations, whereas the Met line stopped at Finchley Road and then went straight through Neasden and that up to Wembley Park. The stadium tour took 2 hours. It costed me about £20. He was a wonderful tour guide called Albert, who showed me and a few others that were there around at the time. You go to a couple of exhibitions, you sit in the stands, you see the changing rooms as well, the hospitality features. It was just an amazing experience. I then came back down into central London. I've spotted at King's Cross Station, no problems. Always love it when I go there, because it's on my line, the East Coast Main Line. And I met up with Jack Newell as well at St Pancras Station and did a little spotting session there at St Pancras. Then this evening I've been an East Ender. I've been to the East End of London, so I've been to Canary Wharf, which lit up at night again is absolutely beautiful indeed. I hadn't been there actually for probably 15 years. And also I had a ride on the Docklands Light Railway back to central London. Again, I hadn't done that for 15 years, but now I finally included it in a Dodds diary. And, oh yeah, to get to Canary Wharf, I went from here, Gloucester Road, round to Paddington, and then I had my first proper ride on the Elizabeth line. And it's amazing how quickly it can get you from one end of London to the other. It basically runs like the RER in Paris. Fewer stops, underground trains, some maybe faster speeds, for example. So it got me there in much quicker time. Came back to central London, went for a drink, and I've been down the river, down the Thames to see Tower Bridge, the Shard, lit up in all their glory. And then I've gotten the Circle line back to here. So another fab day it has been indeed. Tomorrow my main attraction will be Horizon 22 in the City of London. I'm going to go at the top of that and get a view of London. Apparently it's just as good as going up the Shard, but also this is free of charge as well. That's even better. So I'll see you in that next bit. Good night.